From storyflo, this is your daily audio brief. It's Jessica. August 2nd. The news desk. 10 stories, here's the one that opens it. Let's get into it. First, from the Hindu top. Hungary PM announces closure of nuclear plant due to heatwave. Hungarian Prime Minister Peter Magyar announced on Sunday, August 1st, 2026, the shutdown of the country's sole nuclear power plant after record-low water levels in the Danube River forced its first halt in 44 years. The move marks the latest stage in an energy crisis triggered by prolonged drought and extreme heat across Europe. The nuclear plant in Paks, south of Budapest, normally providing around a third of the Central European country's electricity needs, is cooled by water pumped from the Danube River, which has dropped to record low levels due to lack of rain and successive heat waves, as annexed. Second, from The Guardian UK. From occupied Crimea to Oxfordshire, the Kremlin links to new £600 UK theme park. Exclusive, Puy du Fou worked with under-sanctions oligarch on plans for Crimea resort longer than disclosed, and later courted Iran and China. In February 2014, thousands of little green men, Russian soldiers in unmarked uniforms, flooded into Crimea, seizing control of military bases and infrastructure. Their arrival marked the opening salvo of Vladimir Putin's annexation of the peninsula, an operation that ultimately escalated into the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Continue reading. Up next. Third, from Le Monde. La mention générée par IA devient obligatoire dans l'UE. JavaScript is disabled in your browser. Please enable JavaScript to proceed. A required part of this site couldn't load. This may be due to a browser extension, network issues, or browser settings. Please check your connection, disable any ad blockers, or try using a different browser. And then, fourth, from the Hindu top. Body of one of the fish workers missing from Mutalapoji recovered. The body of one of the two fish workers who went missing after a fishing boat capsized at Mutalapoji in Thiruvananthapuram district on Friday, July 31st, 2026, night was recovered on Sunday, August 2nd morning following a search operation. The deceased has been identified as Freeman, 28, hailing from Anchutengu. Also read, Kerala heavy rains updates on August 2nd, 2026. The search is on for another Anchutengu native, Shijin, 32, who was also in the same boat. Next. Fifth, from Channel News Asia. UMNO's Ismail Lassim appointed new Negeri Sembilan chief minister following supermajority win. UMNO's Ismail Lassim appointed new Negeri Sembilan chief minister following supermajority win. The 67-year-old was sworn in before state ruler Tuanku Munawir at Istana Besar Seri Menanti on Sunday. AUG 2, Malaysian media reports said. Seremban, Negeri Sembilan. Ismail Lassim has been appointed new chief minister for Negeri Sembilan, following a decisive victory by the Barisan Nasional, BN, Perikatan Nasional, PN alliance in the state election that marks the latest setback for Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and his Pakatan Harapan, PH pact. A veteran United Malays national organization up next. Sixth, from The Guardian World. UK's state investments agency hit by data breach. Security lapse leaves sensitive information and contact details of 51 government officials exposed for 40 hours. The public body in charge of the UK's state investments has been pushed to improve its internal security after a data breach left high-level management information publicly accessible for nearly 2 days. UK Government Investments, UKGI, the agency that manages the taxpayers' interest in a swathe of companies, including Channel 4 and the Post Office, said the security failure also left more than 50 government officials' personal details exposed for nearly 40 hours. Continue reading and then. Seventh, from The Guardian World. We cannot magic up more water. The supply problems putting housing targets in England at risk. Council leaders say crumbling infrastructure and lack of water are jeopardizing government's plans for new homes. The government's house-building agenda is hitting the stark reality of a lack of water and crumbling infrastructure across the east and southeast of England. Half the country was declared to be in serious drought this week for the second consecutive year, with the Environment Agency warning of dire consequences for the economy, environment, and wildlife. Continue reading. Next. 8th, from the Guardian World. Hitting the right note. Apolitical animals or European heroes for new Euro designs? The EU is using a currency redesign as an opportunity to be less neutral and try some finely balanced identity building. Is Europe best represented by the bold intellect of Marie Curie, the sprawling imagination of Miguel de Cervantes, and the intense musical genius of Ludwig van Beethoven? Or by a migrating stork and a bee-eater, swooping across borderless plains and enjoying freedom of movement across European countries? The quest to settle this issue has engaged a surprising number of people across the continent, after more than 6 million people voted in a survey within just a week of its Lao Up Next. 9th, from Bloomberg Top. South Korea issues heatwave alert as temperature hits record. To continue, please click the box below to let us know you're not a robot. Please make sure your browser supports JavaScript and cookies and that you are not blocking them from loading. For more information, you can review our terms of service and cookie policy. For inquiries related to this message, please contact our support team and provide the reference ID below. Block reference ID A3D986E4, 8E38, 11F1, B838, 961, 4052110. Get the most important global markets news at your fingertips with the Bloomberg.com subscription. Subscribe now and then. 10th, from the Hindu Top. Fleming, a big reason for Root's return as England captain. Joe Root said Stephen Fleming's appointment as England's test coach was a big reason he agreed to return as captain of the squad. Root replaced Ben Stokes after the all-rounder retired following the home series against New Zealand. That's the day. Back at the desk tomorrow. What to watch is in your subscribe link. Want this every morning? It's free. Set up your own feed at storyflo.com.